Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be just a best of one here from the W3 arena. Uh, there has been a slight problem, and that is my solid state drive got toasted, and well, I lost all the replays that I downloaded from replays.net. So the only way I can actually get replays now is from W3 Arena, so that explains this. We are going to have Cooper spawning in as the orange orc player in the top left. He'll be facing off against Happy, the grey undead. I don't know why it's red there. There we go, grey undead player in the bottom right. So both of these players are actually this is the first time I've casted either of these two players. I think I might have casted Cooper. It's such a generic and like common name. I might have, I might not have, but either way, do apologize about those peons there. There's no spectators, obviously, so gotta make do with what I have. We are gonna have a Blade Master coming out for Cooper, and Happy will go for a I was gonna say as a TID opening, but it doesn't appear to be. It's just going to be just a very generic graveyard style without any Tomb of Relics. So yes, I got a couple of things to talk about. Anyway, a little background on these two players. Happy is you guys, I don't know, obviously long-time Warcraft 3 viewers will know who he is. He has risen quite a bit in popularity around 2007, 2009. I would call that like kind of the twilight years of Warcraft 3, mainly because that's when Grubby, Moon, Thoyimiko and all that were very, very big. But yeah, I don't know about Happy. I think he transitioned over to StarCraft 2. I don't know how well that worked out, but yeah, that is going to be that. Okay, I forgot about those health bars. There we go. So here he is, Happy. Doesn't play too much on W3 Arena. He goes on and off, I guess, but compared to his opponent, Cooper, he's like very up there in the ladder. He's been playing a lot, and of course he's been streaming a lot as well, so yeah, he does have a Twitch. I don't exactly remember the link, but if you just search up Rover, you will find him. So Blade Master start here, getting himself the Gloves of Haste. Meanwhile, a Death Knight has just popped out for Happy, and he will pick himself up the Skeletons and the Dust of Appearance very early on as well. In fact, so he is being a little cautious here, just in case the Blade Master gets in for a kill, just like that, and the Circlet of Nobility will be... Oh no, I have no idea if the circlet was purchased or picked up, but it most likely was just purchased, as the Magi should be the one that drops the item instead. So yeah, I do apologize if the sound levels are different than I guess the usual, because well, the settings haven't been saved because I just had to I got myself new SSD and then made a new install, so that might be why. Anyway, the Death Knight is in a little bit of trouble here. He is going to Death Coil the Blade Master, but that's pretty much all his burst available to him. But with enough Crypt Fiends available, or out on the field, able to push away the Blade Master in fairly low health. But of course, the BM does have the healing salves just in case, so he will most likely pop that as soon as the attacks are done. There we go. Death Knight is going to have a lot more of a struggle here, because undead regeneration is not particularly good until you get level 2, obviously, with Unholy Aura and all that, but with the Ogre Warrior being stolen earlier, it's gonna be tough. And just a bit of quiet. So far, Halls of the Dead is underway, as well as Stronghold, but this does seem like Cooper got his a lot earlier than his opponents, so he will get himself the Bestiary and Spiral Lodge. Most likely a Turin Chieftain is going to be popping out as the second hero. I was going to say TC, but might as well just say the entire name. Death Knight finally level 2. Sadly, the Blade Master is gonna force a very early TP scroll there. I believe the Death Knight did see the BM right over there, so yep, just a precautionary TP scroll. Unfortunately for the Blade Master, unable to get that. But regardless, Cooper is in a very, very controlling position right now. Able to get himself level 2 and pick up the Pendant of Energy, so 150 extra mana for himself. Obviously not too useful on the Blade Master, but can be given over to the Tauren Chieftain. And yeah, Death Knight is just going to find the remnants of that particular camp. So while things slowed down, I would like to say that I don't know how to put this in words. Someone emailed me saying that I probably should upload my videos on a Chinese website, so I might do that. If you see it and worry if it wasn't me, then it is me, so yeah, there we go. Very awkward, but that's just how it is. No Warden camp is going to be cleared out. The item is most probably that Ring of Protection, but he does have the Gloves of Haste from somewhere as well. Alright, seems like Cooper clearing out his own Ogre Magi camp. What was the item? What is the item? Boots of Speed? It might be the Boots of Speed, honestly. Oh dear. The Death Knight is still very low, despite having Unholy Aura. It's just very, very, very difficult position for an undead to be in. I think if anything, if ever Blizzard goes for any balance changes, maybe do something about undead regeneration, because I think out of all the races, undead is pretty much lacking in that aspect, and I guess that's one of the contributing factors to why undead is just so weak. But anyway, we have halfway to level 2 on the Tauren Chieftain. The Blade Master is still sticking around for some experience as well. As soon as he hits 3, I imagine him going like 100% harassment. But for now, he is just building up to that level 3. Bestiary, obviously finished already. Ensnare is completed. We have the Adept training for the Spirit Walkers underway as well. Tauren Chieftain gonna pick up the +3 Ring of Protection. Obviously armor is not too impactful against an undead player because they kind of rely solely on, in terms of like burst damage, the Nova Coil combo. But of course you could consider those Crypt Fiends maybe a DPS factor as well, but we'll have to see whether or not Happy goes for a Crypt Fiend focus or just a Destroyer focus, as like pretty much 90% of undead players tend to go to. Tier 3 is halfway completed and the Slaughterhouse should be done as well. Actually, it's still 50%. Fortress Tech also for Cooper, in fact, so I am very curious as to him actually going Tier 3.
Research complete.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see why he went Tier 3. I don't think it's gonna be because of a third hero. But yeah, I don't know other Tier 3 options he could actually go into. Anyway, level 3 on the Blade Master, he will pick up, at least the turn will pick up the Ankh of Reincarnation, so he will be given a new life. I guess it's to compensate for the Tauren Chieftain. Probably not going to hit level 6 this game, but we will have to wait and see. I do hear, I believe those are mercenaries. In fact, yeah, it is going to be a Troll Berserker. I thought it was a Headhunter, but of course Headhunters do have a different line. Sentry Ward's picked up by the Death Knight, and he's already placed one on the top side there.
Work complete.
This last one could go anywhere, honestly. It could go right at the base of Cooper or at the bottom side of the map. We have a Sapper being hired up, and he's on his way. I am very curious to see if this will hit or not. But yeah, without any sort of defense, other than the Black Citadel and the Nerubian Tower, his base might be a little little vulnerable. Actually, a TP scroll is gonna force that sapper to run away. Oh, so sad. But yeah, at least he didn't lose a sapper for free. And of course, he's burnt the TP scroll pretty much for nothing, honestly. Just a bit of damage dealt on his own units. Devotion aura on the turn chieftain, and he's also keeping his +3 ring of protection there. So he might be a little worrisome about those Crypt Fiend like focus fire, but we'll have to see if the Crypt Fiends will be abandoned or not and gone for destroyers instead. Troll Headhunters are out in the field, and are we gonna have Berserk form? We are indeed gonna have Berserker form for those Troll Headhunters. What it does basically turns them into it gives them steroids, and they've been given more steroids by attacking a lot faster, but in return they kind of get dealt a lot more damage as well. Red Dragon Camp on the top right is going to be cleared out. I have no idea if Web is researched or not. Probably not. I mean, the Red Drake is immune to magic anyway, so yep, there's that. Orb of Corruption onto that Death Knight, just to allow him to attack the Red Drake. Illusion is... Oh no, I missed the Sapper. That's such a missed opportunity. My bad. I really wish Warcraft had a replay, or you can go back in time, but apparently not. The Illusion Blade Master is just going to be annoying, honestly. The Sapper did most of the damage. I believe it taken out 2 Ziggurats and I think 1 Acolyte. Yeah, definitely should have been 1 Acolyte. Okay, Clovesack +6 onto that turn Chieftain. Dust Appearance is going to take out the Sentry Ward. Level 3 turn Chieftain, level 3 Blade Master versus a level 4, level 2 DK Lich, but a TP scroll is going to be used on the DK, retreating without any casualties. I guess armor supply of 56 versus 47, so there was a slight difference there, but not too much. I guess it was the home base advantage that kind of discouraged Happy away, but it's kind of weird since he's the one that actually chose to attack and then instantly TP'd out, so a little weird. Warsaw and Battle Drums has been researched as well, so the Coda Beast will provide 20% additional attack damage rather than 10%, so pretty significant. And of course the double auras from the Turn Chieftain as well is still live and kicking. The Endurance Aura and the Devotion Aura there. Oh, never mind, Devotion Aura gets sold for 200 gold instantly. It does seem like Happy is going for more of a Crypt Fiend focus armor composition, but of course he needs to maybe upgrade a little bit to make them a lot more effective. Nova Coil onto the Raider will be able to pick it up very, very quickly and efficiently as well. A Blade Master with +6 claws of attack, and the Circlet Orb of Lightning as well to give him +13 attack, and of course that can be upped a little bit with the Battle Drums there. TP Scroll once again is going to be used by the Death Knight after a devastating War Stomp by the Turn Chieftain. So yeah, that's generally why most players go for Destroyers these days, because the Turn Chieftain can absolutely demolish a Crypt Fiend army there. And that was without any sort of speed scroll, I don't think, from Cooper, so that was very well placed War Stomp from his turn. Okay, I'm not sure if Cooper is going for any upgrades either. I don't know what he would upgrade anyway. He's got split army comp. He has the ranged and he has the melee. Of course, he can go armor. Orc units do have shared armor, but yeah, I haven't seen anything just yet. Meanwhile, Happy is not going for anything either. Blade Master is sitting around. While stealth, he did have a clarity on during the duration of the Windwalk, and he is going to get out of stealth fairly soon. I'm not sure how Happy is going to receive this. Just a few auto attacks there, nothing too major. No spells were tossed out, so I don't think he was actually paying attention to that area. Anyway, tiny Great Hole will be placed down, so Cooper's going to go for a very smart decision in terms of extending this game, going for an expansion, taking advantage of the fact that undead players do have the hardest of times actually going for expansions as well. So definitely, if this game goes even further to late game, Happy might be in a little bit of trouble. 62 versus 62 is indeed an even army supply for both sides. Did have that very nice devour from the destroyers, able to take out those, or at least the health of that illusion. And there we go, Nova Coil to start things off against the Tauren Chieftain. Unfortunately, the Wall Stomp only able to hit those ghouls. Nothing too major right there, and the grunts are being burnt down very quickly. Ensnares are being tossed on those destroyers there, but only one destroyer gets taken out. Meanwhile, the double Kodo comp of Cooper is very close to actually being wiped out there. We did have a Bat Rider taking down one of those destroyers, but that is pretty much just only one destroyer. We still have two in the air, never mind, we only have none in the air now. Nice War Stomp to finish things off, and the Crypt Fiends are being taken down by pretty much everyone, honestly. Death Knight trying to do as much as he can, but he's been using offensive Death Coils instead of healing, so he is kind of screwed a little bit. We do have a Troll Bat Rider in the air, but there's pretty much no destroyers left. The Crypt Fiend is going to burrow himself, but he did get taken out before he was completely burrowed. Frost Nova, oh, Death Coil was nicely blocked by the invulnerability potion of the Blade Master there, so Cooper is going to run away with a 9 food advantage. And of course his expansion is saturated as well during that entire fight. Not sure how well it is going to stay alive after this attack, but yeah, he can definitely defend this with his remaining units, honestly. Not enough mana for, I guess, either of these two heroes. I guess they can do 2 rotations of spells, but after that they are kind of screwed there. Destroyer is going to come into the air, but the Bat Rider is going to go for a suicide run, and the Destroyer will get taken out. Scroll of Healing just popped for the Orc army, and well, I don't know who is actually in the advantage here. The Blade Master did run away, but here he is again. Crypt Fiend did go for an unburrow, and it's just going to burrow itself again. Nova onto the TC. Speed Scroll is going to be used, and the Orc army is going to retreat. We do hear a Kodo Beast popping out for the Orc player, so he will be able to take advantage of that fairly soon. We'll have to wait and see how this actually results in, as it seems like Happy is in a good position right now. Invulnerability Potion is going to be used. The Devourer from the Destroyer able to wipe out the Spirit Link there, and the Tauren Chieftain is going to fall at level 4. That is a significant level to actually lose your hero at, because unless you're going to Tavern Revive it, it's going to be a lengthy time through the altar. And Happy is just continuing to make destroyers, honestly. That's all he needs, because, well, Crypt Fiends obviously didn't work out too well. Destroyers are, you know, making their mark right now, but the only problem is, as you heard, the gold mine is running low, so that should be the same for Happy as well. As soon as the gold mine runs out, Happy is kind of screwed because he can't fund any future armies there. Death Knight is going to get ensnared. He is going to Death Coil right onto the Blade Master, but a health potion will be able to keep him up for quite a bit. Death Coil onto the Blade Master. That is going to be both of those Orc heroes being taken out. I don't think the Death Knight should stay any longer, and that is 2 heroes taken out for Cooper right now. Blade Master is going to get Tavern revived and will pick himself up a Destroyer in the end. Oh, Death Knight, I'm not sure why you're here. I think he has Death Pact. I guess that's what he's waiting on, but it's still risky. It's still risky to have that Death Knight out.
Vengeance for Suji.
We still have Bat Riders. Raiders are also being popped out here. Turn Chieftain's very close to being revived. Uh-oh, Kodo Beast is in trouble as he does have a Crypt Fiend in his belly, but of course that does mean the Crypt Fiend is giving slight vision to Happy, and that is going to be a dead Kodo. Okay, very close to level 6 on the Death Knight, but I don't think we are going to have the Reanimate of Dead. Lich is finally level 5, and that is going to be a devastating Frost Nova if he ever learns that.
Ready to work.
And yeah, this is actually a very close game. I would have thought an Orc player would just completely demolish in the late game, but Happy is just playing very well. Sadly, he is going to run out of gold, and when he does, he's probably going to GG out because there's no way he can deal with a person who has already expanded. Statue could go Destroyer form, but just isn't. I'm pretty sure you can go Destroy even though you're ensnared. Yeah, Bat Rider's not finding too much of a mark there. Frost Nova able to pick up the straggling Grunt.
Our gold mine has collapsed.
Gold mine has collapsed. Meanwhile, Happy still has about 300 gold left, mainly because he was harassed a little bit, so he did stop mining. But yeah, very, very close to being completely wiped out. Actually, I don't remember how the gold rate is, but yeah, unsummoning buildings for Happy. He is going to try and scrounge up as many resources as possible. Meanwhile, Cooper just, pretty happy about having a second base.
Vengeance for Suji.
Okay, Morse Troll Berserkers are being trained up here, as well as Bat Riders from the Bestiary, so yeah, I mean, Bat Riders, sure, they might not kill the Destroyers in one go, but the splash damage is pretty good if they actually land it on 2. Makes them a lot more efficient than actually just hitting 1, so yeah. Okay, here we go. 1 peon down, but uh-oh, that very fast turn chieftain is looking for a wall stomp there. Wall stomp is going to hit the Death Knight only. He is already half health though, so he needs to be a little careful. Health potion is going to be popped. Acolytes are joining the fray as well, but the Acolytes are just going to soak up the wall stomp there. Nova onto the Tauren Chieftain. Meanwhile, the Lich is being focus fired by the Blade Master, I think? No, it is going to be a Destroyer being focused down instead. Tauren Chieftain gets taken down at level 4 once again, and the Sydney Statue, the final one, gets taken out by Cooper. Death Pact is going to, I think that was a Death Pact, or a Dark Ritual, whichever one was used to deny that Crypt Fiend. The Blade Master is in a pickle right now because he's half health and with no second hero. He is very vulnerable to that Undead Burst. 1 peon, that's going to be level 6 onto the Death Knight. He can definitely walk over here and maybe get a Grunt and a Raider, I guess. So yeah, he's probably going to get level 3 Holy Aura, and yep, there we go, level 3 Unholy Aura there. Oh no, Cooper, who was looking very good, very, very good throughout the game, is potentially going to lose here because, well, the dual undead heroes are just very, very good when they are paired up with each other. Spear Walker is going to get Death Coiled to death, and that is going to be just a couple of units being taken out. 30 versus 19, but I mean, does it really matter too much? Because those two undead heroes are doing work. Sure, they have acolytes, but let's be honest, it's those two heroes. We do have one ghoul, I guess, but yeah, I don't know, honestly. Meanwhile, Cooper, he actually did afford to revive that Tauren Chieftain, but that's pretty much it. He is going to devour or digest that Crypt Fiend, and we're going to eventually have a 2v2 once again. Of course, I say 2v2, but we have like a couple of other units from both sides as well. Blade Master is around the peons, just trying to get some gold. Acolyte is going to get ritualed, but here we go. Nice Purge Ball onto that Frost Armor there, onto the Lich. Coda Beast could potentially eat one of these units to prevent any dark rituals from happening. We are going to have a focus fire onto this Lich. Basically, the Blade Master is trying to rely on that Purge proc, but no. War Stomp, very nice, stopping those undead units in their tracks. Death Coil to heal up the Lich there, and Purge will be able to disable the Frost Armor, but he just goes and casts it once again. Alright, so no more Acolytes for Happy. Of course, unless he actually saves this one, then there we go. He does have one follower left. So one more ritual available for the Lich. It's very, very tight game. We do have one ghoul. Of course, he was harvesting lumber earlier on. One ghoul versus one grunt. I think the grunt would win, especially since he has the upgrade as well. Let's see, level 6 versus level 6 5 versus 5-4. Nova onto the Turn Chieftain. Of course, it did splash on the Blade Master as well. Death Coil is gonna pop onto the Turn Chieftain. Very much looking for that third kill on the turn. Another Death Coil and potentially gonna have that Frost Nova there. Mud Golem is gonna be hired by Cooper, but the Frost Nova did land on the turn as at the same time. This is not looking good for our Orc player here, even though he is chasing that Death Knight. The burst from the Undead duo is absolutely crazy. Obsidian Statue is going to be coming in, joining the fray here. The Lich getting very nice pot shots onto this Raider as well, able to kill him. And I think Happy's got this. Both players did use their remaining resources to try and get a semblance of an army there, but it seems the Undead player is going to emerge victorious in this. Unless these peons actually
Our town is under attack.
I guess mine as much gold as possible and maybe revive that Turn Chieftain once again. Lich is close to level 6 as well. We are gonna have a Death Coil, Frost Nova, and one auto attack right there, level 6 onto the Lich, and that is most likely gonna be GG from Cooper. Very nicely played from Happy as well. It was a very close game. Definitely, even though the score was maybe one-sided, I think it was a very, very close and well-played game from both sides. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, closing comments. I am very close to exams. I am currently in study period, so this will probably be like one of the few replays that I'll cast until the exam's over. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys again next time.